Hi, my name is Yusuke Hirota. I will introduce our paper, Gender and Racial Bias in Visual Question Answering Datasets. Visual question answering, VQA in short, is a task of correctly answering questions about a given image. VQA models can learn harmful stereotypes if societal bias is present in the training data. So, we investigate gender and racial bias in VQA datasets. To do so, we first select samples from 5 different datasets that mention gender, race, or ethnicity in their questions or answers. Then we analyze gender or racial bias. Let's first talk about gender bias. For analysis, we classify samples into women or men categories based on the gender words in the questions. Then we compare the ratios of women and men questions in 5 VQA datasets. We found that the number of questions about men is about double of women in all the datasets. Next, we check the frequency of answers according to each gender. Unless otherwise stated, we will show the results on the VQA 2.0 datasets from now on, but similar conclusions can be extracted from the other datasets. Here are the top 20 most frequent answers in women questions. We can see traditional gender stereotype of women, such as pink, purple, and blonde. The top 20 answers for men questions show a strong association between men and sports. In the next experiment, we calculate the correlation between answers and women or men questions. We first show the top 20 answers that are correlated with women questions. We can see that there are no sports or activity-related answers. In the answers skewed toward men questions, we find that there are many sports or activity-related answers reflecting the real-world stereotypes. We also manually explore each dataset. Through the exploration, we find gender stereotypical answers, which show the annotator's prejudices about gender. We also find harmful samples that have a sexual connotation. These samples tend to appear when the questions can't be visually grounded. Let's move on to the analysis of racial bias. To study racial bias, we select all racial questions that contain the words race or ethnicity. We show the top 10 answers to racial questions in VQA 2.0. We can see that white people are the majority and black people are the minority. Also, we manually inspect samples in terms of racial bias. We find racially discriminatory samples. In addition, there are samples with biased judgment of race and nationality, even though there is no evidence to identify them. Such samples often appear in questions that are not visually grounded. Then we discuss possible solutions. We have shown that the VQA datasets have 2 main problems, which are skewed distribution and harmful samples. We encourage dataset users to design models and training paradigms that can address skewed distributions. As for the solutions for harmful samples, we first propose automatic screening to remove not visually grounded questions. Another solution is to incorporate ethical instruction in the dataset's annotation process. Also, we propose to create a platform to report potential ethical problems. So thank you all for listening. If you are interested, please check the paper or long video.